Hi, I'm Richard Rosecrance, and I'm editor with Steve Miller of a book that's just coming out titled The Next Great War, The Roots of World War I and the Risk of a U.S.-China Conflict. Now, some might think these two linkages are perhaps a little bit artificial, and yet things that happened in World War I are still capable of happening again today. Of course, there are all these differences. There were no nuclear weapons in 1914, so there were not deterrents of that sort. But nonetheless, even with the deterrents that exist today, there are many small things that could lead to conflict between ourselves and China, things that like those that occurred in World War I, where one does some things because it's necessary to maintain an ally. If you don't have an ally, you don't have any strength. Or one must do something because in the last interaction with that great power, he gave way, and therefore it's important for us to be tough when we deal with him the next time. So there are many features that are similar to what we would face now. There's also the economic one. And in 1914, interdependence was high, and yet there was war between Britain and Germany, two of the most closely linked powers. We are very closely linked with China, and hopefully that close linkage will prevent conflict in the future. But it didn't prevent conflict in the past. So one of the things we have to ask is whether or not we do not have to do something more to prevent conflict than was done, obviously, in 1914. Some way of bringing the great powers together, concentrating on the dangers of war that will prevent it the next time around.